Hey guys, it's Miss Jenny and welcome to week 11 of our lessons. We are in week 2 of Advent, and as you can see, I have 2 purple Advent candles on the wreath. We are 2 weeks down and we have 2 more weeks to go. Well, welcome back to our Bible buddy type lessons. We are back in the Bible this week, and our Bible point this week is Jesus rescues us. Yay, Jesus! So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to say, Jesus rescues us. And you're going to have your arms open wide like you need a big hug or somebody to pick you up in your arms. And it also reminds us of Jesus on the cross. So it's going to be like this, like your arms open wide and you're ready for somebody to help you. You're going to say, Jesus rescues us. Yay, Jesus! That's right. We're going to say it with a lot of excitement because remember, Advent is all about getting ready for Jesus and being excited for how Jesus came and helped us. So let's do it again. Our Bible point for this week is Jesus rescues us. Yay, Jesus! So let's do a little action together. When we need a friend, never fear, Jesus is here. When we need forgiveness, never fear, Jesus is here. When we need help making good choices, Jesus is here. Jesus rescues us. Yay, Jesus! Let's do that one more time. When we need a friend, never fear, Jesus is here. When we need forgiveness, never fear, Jesus is here. When we need help making good choices, Jesus is here. Jesus rescues us. Yay, Jesus! Now we're going to talk about our Bible verse. Remember, a Bible verse are actual words from the Bible. Today's Bible verse is from Titus 3:5, and it goes like this. He saved us, not because of the righteous things that we had done, but because of His mercy. Let's do that one more time. He saved us, not because of the righteous things we had done, but because of His mercy. Righteous, another word for that is right, or the things you're supposed to do. So in there, it's saying that Jesus rescues and saves us, not because we did something right, but because He loves us and He did something right. He loves us no matter what, and He came to save us. And we're going to talk a lot more about that today. Today, we're going to be talking about how Jesus rescues us. Yay, Jesus! So, all of today's lesson is about Advent and Christmas and how Jesus came to rescue us. And you might be saying, rescue us from what? Well, let's talk about when you might have needed rescuing. Did you ever need rescuing when you were sick? Who helped rescue you at that time? Do you ever want help when you're hungry? Maybe somebody to rescue you and help get you some food that you need. Who do you want help from or rescued when you're hungry? What about, have you ever needed help or rescuing when you have lost something that you love? Who has helped you during those times? Sometimes we need rescuing in our life. Sometimes we need help. We need somebody to save us from something that might be sad or scary, or when we're in trouble, or when we just need someone to love us. Well, Jesus came and He rescued us. How did He do that? Well, the world was in sin. If you remember from the very first stories that we talked about creation, how God created the whole world. And then He created 2 people, Adam and Eve. And they chose their own way and not God's way. They chose sin. And sin is when you choose something that you know is wrong and that God has told you not to do, but you choose it anyway. Well, there was sin in the world, and it was hurting people. People were making bad choices, and they needed help. They needed God to come to earth to show them the exact way, the exact things to do, and help break that sin that we caused from the very beginning, and help get us closer to God. We needed rescuing. We needed somebody to come and show us the way, to help us through what we were doing. We needed God to help guide us, to be our teacher. And so God sent his son, Jesus, into the world so that he could help us and teach us everything we needed to know to be our very best selves. Jesus rescued us. Yay, Jesus! Let's listen to today's Bible story. Mary loved Joseph. Mary and Joseph were going to be married soon. Joseph lived in Nazareth, but his family lived in Bethlehem. A new leader named Caesar ordered all people to go back to their homeland. He wanted to count all of the people in his kingdom. So Mary and Joseph went to Bethlehem. Mary was going to have her baby soon. When they arrived in Bethlehem, they looked for a safe place to sleep. But all of the inns were full. An inn is another name for like a hotel, somewhere that you can stay when you're on a trip or vacation. Finally, a man was able to help them. He said, "I don't have any rooms left, but you are welcome to sleep in the stable." A stable is where all the animals stayed outside. Joseph made a warm place for Mary to rest. While they were there, little baby Jesus was born. Mary wrapped Jesus in strips of cloth and gently laid him in a manger. A manger is where the animals eat out of. Usually, there's a lot of hay in there. So we know today's message is about God sending someone to rescue us. But God didn't send a firefighter or a doctor or a superhero kind of guy like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He sent a baby. Don't you think that that would be kind of surprising? People were waiting for years and years for someone to help guide them, to help show them the way, to show them what they were doing wrong, and to help them from some of the people who were treating them not so nice in their lives. So instead of God sending somebody with an army or somebody with a sword to fight things, or a doctor or firefighter or policeman, God sent a little baby. And that might seem very odd and very strange, but God knows exactly what he's doing. And why do you think God sent a baby? Well, God wanted Jesus to go through all the same things that we go through in our lives, because that way he could help us through it when it's hard, because he will have gone through it too. If Jesus was just this big, mighty warrior who came in armor and with swords and everything and didn't have to go through any of the stuff that we went through, like going to school and not getting our way and making friends and sharing toys and all the other stuff that we have to go through, then how could he help us when we're having a hard time? How could he help us make the right decisions when we don't know what to do? Because Jesus was sent as a baby and had to go through all the things that we do in our lives, growing up and being happy and sad and having friends and not having a great day, Jesus was able to help us and give us advice on what we should do when we're having a tough time too. Jesus followed all the rules of God, and he followed them knowing exactly what we go through every single day. And so that's the best way for us to be able to know what to do and how to live our lives. Not only did Jesus rescue us, yay, Jesus, he helped us. Jesus rescued us from sin and death, and we will be talking more about that later in the year. But what we know right now is that Jesus rescued us from how we live our lives, and he showed us the right way to live because he lived it too. God didn't just leave us on our own for all of this. He sent somebody to help guide us through the way. Somebody who had to do all the same stuff that we have to do. And so if he can do it, we can do it. because Jesus rescues us. Yay, Jesus! So use this time during Advent to think about how wonderful God was to rescue us, because Jesus rescues us. Yay, Jesus! And He can help rescue our family and friends too. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for this lesson. Do some of our fun activities this week. Don't forget to light your second Advent candle if you're doing an Advent wreath at home, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.